and why women should hold on to their virginity and why women this and women that. And quite frankly, I'm tired of being told what I should and should not do with my vagina. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm sitting in my garage on the floor, drinking coffee out of my Christmas mug, and we are going to have a discussion about T.I. and his daughter. Because, listen, the tea needs to be spilled, okay? If you don't know, you don't know, and that's okay. I'll educate you. T.I. recently did an interview with, I don't know who it was with. I'm not the most resourceful YouTuber, so if you want resources and facts and hard links and hard facts, you're not gonna get it here, okay? Okay, let me just get that out of the way now. If you want somebody who is well put together, has their facts well put together, their life well put together, this ain't the place for you to be, and that's okay. That's okay, that's okay. So let's talk. If you don't know about T.I., recently he had an interview with some news source, I don't know, talking about how every year, at least since his daughter was 16, he would take her to the gynecologist and get her tested to see if her hymen's broke because he wanted to ensure that his daughter was a virgin. T.I. was like, yeah, I want to make sure my daughter's a virgin because no girl is worth anything if she's not a virgin. He didn't say that part. He didn't say that, but I mean, basically. So he takes his daughter to the doctors, has her sign this form, basically waiving her rights, being like, yeah, my dad has access to all of the information that you guys get from this test. Made her sign it, and then basically shamed her into being a virgin. I don't know about you guys, but like, that doesn't sit right with me. Let's look at it from this point of view. He allows his son, who I believe is 15, to go out and have sex with people, and I'm pretty sure his son has talked about it before. And T.I. is just like, yeah, that's my boy. That's what's up, nigga. And then his daughter's over here like, yesterday I looked at a boy and I smiled, and then T.I.'s like, are you kidding me? You fucking whore. You whore. Close your legs. Like, shit like that. Like, that's basically what's going on. And I'm just amazed because, like, it's 2019. It's almost 2020. It's almost 2020. It's not even 2019 anymore. And we're still trying to force women to value themselves based on if they're a virgin or not. And we're also still acting like virginity is a real thing. I don't ever hear anybody talking about a man losing his virginity. I mean, like, kinda, but it's always applauded and supported, and it's accepted for men to lose their virginity at the age of 12 years old. But when it comes to the virginity of a woman, people are always talking about how painful it's gonna be and how you need to make sure that you have sex with somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with because her DNA enters you whenever they enter you, and it means for the rest of your life you're going to have his DNA inside of you and he's always going to be a part of you, blah, blah, blah. Like, what kind of 1800s fake information are y'all believing? Because that don't even make no goddamn sense. That does not make any sense. You can't get DNA. I mean, like, okay, yes, sperm has DNA in it. That's how babies are made. That's how babies get DNA. I get that. But the DNA doesn't just stay in your body. Your body doesn't just absorb the DNA. We're not mutants. We don't suck up the DNA from every man that's ever been inside of us and like mutate into a part of him. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, if we're talking about logic and science, can we just mention the fact that that's not possible? And it's only ever about women. It's only ever about why women shouldn't have sex and why women shouldn't hook up and why women should hold on to their virginity and why women this and women that. And quite frankly, I'm tired of being told what I should and should not do with my vagina. It's in my pants, is under my control. I'm the one that's responsible for cleaning it. I'm the one that's responsible for taking care of it and trimming it if I want to and making sure that there's no nasty infections going on. But I can't control who I do and do not have sex with, right? Because that makes sense. As a woman, you know, we should just be used to being told what we should and should not do. It's upsetting. And also, the amount of people on Facebook and Twitter and every other social media website that's supporting him, disgusting. People I never even would have thought are supporting him. Like, at least he's persuading his daughter to care more about herself and making her money and education and getting her life on the right path before she has sex. But like, why don't we ever say the same thing about guys? Why don't we ever tell guys before they have sex they need to go out and get their lives together and worry about their education and this and that? Why is it only ever women? Why do we only ever tell women what they can and cannot do? Like, I don't ever hear people say, oh, a man shouldn't have sex with a woman because then his entire life's going to get up. He's going to be thinking about her all the time, and his part of her DNA is going to be inside of him, so he's never going to be able to stop thinking about her, and that's why guys have issues moving on after one night stands. No, I never hear that because it doesn't make sense. It only makes sense when it applies to women because, of course, right? Let's just continue to tell women what we can and cannot do with our own body. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm rambling or if my thoughts are cohesive, if this makes sense to anybody else, or if I'm going to have to do a shit ton of editing. I don't know if you could tell how tired I am of people telling me what to do with my body as a woman, or telling other women what to do with their body because they're a woman. And you know, this is perfect. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking in the background, but this is perfect. Bea Miller, who I haven't listened to in literal years, has came out with a song called That Bitch. I am that bitch. And T.I.'s daughter is that bitch. And if you are a woman, or if you feel like you are a woman, or if you are non-binary, I don't care who you are. I don't care how you classify yourself. You are that bitch, okay? Let me just phrase that. You are that bitch. Don't let nobody tell you what to do with your life. Don't let anybody tell you what to do with your genitals. Don't let anybody tell you who you can and cannot have sex with. As long as that person that you're trying to engage in is consensually agreeing to it and is able to consensually agree to it, then like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? And if we're going to try to stop teenagers from having sex, why are we only targeting the women? It's not just women having sex. That's not how sex works, you know? And like all the focus is, why are women having sex at such a young age? Why are women getting pregnant at such a young age? Why are teen moms a thing? This, and that. But we're never talking about the men that clearly were involved in the situation. Otherwise, it never would have happened. And that's not me saying that sex can't happen between two women and two men, because it does. And it happens between anybody of any type of gender, non-conforming, whatever the correct terminology is. Sex is just sex. It's a part of life. It happens. People engage in it regardless of their gender. You would think by now people would be okay with the idea of sex by how often that shit is crammed into our heads every single day, everywhere we look, every ad, everything is sex. And yet we still have such a huge issue with it. Like, it's so, what's the word? Hypocritical? Like, society is so hypocritical to itself. Like, we have all these billboards and shit of sexy ladies and sexy men selling us burgers and perfume and whatever else that has nothing to do with sex. But as soon as we as normal individuals start engaging in it, it's like, hold the up. Didn't you know sex was the devil's dance? It's crazy. I don't understand. Like, the stigma behind sex makes me laugh. People act like that's not one of the most natural things we do in life. We're humans. We have natural instincts. Well, I guess as humans, we are mammals, and mammals have natural instincts because everything has natural instincts if it's living, breathing. Besides eating and drinking water and like needing shelter and not wanting to be lonely, sex is also included in that group because reproduction is a natural instinct. Wanting to feel good is also a natural instinct. In case you didn't know that, like, people act like sex is this new thing that we just figured out within the past 10 years, and it's like so dangerous and we don't know anything about it. And it's like, whoa, avoid sex because you never know if it's gonna kill you. Like, but only if you're a lady. Only if you're a lady. If you're a man, go ahead and engage in sex all you want. And like, yeah, if you're a straight man, it's gonna be hard for you to find women to have sex with because we're telling all these women not to have sex. But you know what? That just gives you the excuse to them. Sorry, YouTube. Let me block myself, censor myself, since that's also what we have to do on YouTube, censor ourselves. This whole video needs to be censored. I probably can't even say sex or vagina. I did it anyways. I don't care. The amount of people on like my social media timelines that are supporting T.I., I can't believe it. I can't actually believe it. Like, I want to believe that these people are trolling, but they're not. Like, people truly think it's okay for a father or a mother or a parent or guardian or whoever to take their child, specifically their daughter, or I guess child with a vagina, taking that child to a gynecologist to get checked to make sure they're a virgin in 2019. Okay. The women in the past fought so hard for us to get rights and to be able to be looked at as a human. And this is what happens. I mean, like, shit, if you're gonna say that sex is bad for you, then, like, can you at least hold the standard to all genders and not just people with vaginas, specifically women? I don't understand. Also, I feel like this is just a bunch of non-coherent rambling that doesn't really cohesively flow together, but you know what? That's okay, because when people talk to me in real life, this is how I talk, so just gonna have to get used to it. As a woman, it's like really tiring having to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with everybody explaining why we deserve to be treated like a human. We say we want sex and then we're called sluts and whores and all these nasty derogative terms. And if we don't want to have sex, we're prudes. Or if we say we don't want to have sex, we're still called sluts. Or a tease for breathing. We could wear this outfit. We could wear Mickey Mouse sweater or sweatshirt and your boyfriend's plaid fat ass pants, and I could walk down the street and I could still be called fucking whore for being a woman, for having titties and a vagina. But they would never even know if I've even slept with anybody. And it's not even like it fucking matters if I have, or like it's any of their business. It's not T.I.'s business if his daughter's having sex with anybody. It's nobody else's business what's going on inside of my pants. Or I guess when my pants are off. It's nobody's business but mine and the person I want to consensually have sex with, right? And I guess my gynecologist if it gets to that point, but at the end of the day, it's nobody's business. Not even the person I'm sleeping with. Like if I wasn't in a committed relationship and I wanted to go around and have sex with multiple people, as long as I'm getting checked and I know my status, like it's nobody's business but my own. And the people saying that if T.I.'s daughter really didn't like it, she could have just refused. Do you not know how manipulation works? He raised her. I mean, not by himself, but like, that's her father. They're family members. He's probably been manipulating her and coercing her to think like this since she's been born. I'm sure she knows it's not right. I'm sure she knows that it's inappropriate and that this shouldn't be happening, but think about it from the standpoint that she has to think about it from. That's her father. He's a celebrity. He makes a shit ton of money. He probably supports her financially or just, supports her in general. And she doesn't want to lose that connection. Also, that's her father. Like, you don't want to do something that could potentially damage the relationship you have with your parents, especially if you're in media. Like, if I was a famous YouTuber or a celebrity or something and there was something like this going on within my family, I wouldn't want to stir the pot more. I wouldn't want to add to the drama and to all the guys that are looking at me already. Like, I just wouldn't even address it. And I'm sure that's why she's not publicly addressing it. And she has to go on Twitter and like tweets secretly explaining how she truly feels. Like, if she just comes out and says, yeah, my dad is forcing me to get these hymen checks and I'm uncomfortable with it and I've been doing this for years and he won't let me stop. Like, imagine the backlash. She's already getting backlash and she hasn't even said anything yet. I wish it was easier for people to think about things from somebody else's perspective. And I also wish it was possible for others to think about it from his daughter's perspective mostly. Because I don't think enough people understand probably how she truly, truly feels. Like, I couldn't imagine how I would feel if my mom had that kind of control over my life. Like, sex is one thing that parents should not have control over. I mean, you can inform your child on the risks of having sex early and the risks of having unsafe sex and why you shouldn't have sex at an early age. But like, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can really do about it. If your child wants to go out and have sex, they're gonna figure out a way to do it. And that's that. And that's why it's important to educate them and to have open communication with your child instead of fear-mongering them and making them feel like a parent should be somebody you fear and not somebody you trust. And that's also an issue that I'm not really going to get into because that doesn't necessarily have to do with this topic, but I will talk about it if you guys would like me to. But it's really important. A lot of parents nowadays, or really honestly ever, parents haven't really ever understood that if you want a good connection with your child in life, throughout life, as they become an adult, you have to teach them with respect and not fear. Every child is going to grow up to be an adult, and that adult is going to be able to make their own decisions once they're old enough. And when they're able to make their own decisions, well, you want them to be able to look back on how you treated them, and you want them to think, wow, my mom or my dad or my guardian really did what they had to do to take care of me, and I'm so thankful and grateful for that. But if you're T.I.'s daughter or any other child that is being treated similarly, you're going to look back and be like, my dad really had control over my life. I couldn't even be my own person at the age of 18. Not that 18-year-olds are fully grown, fully capable of making their own decisions all the time, because I was 18 once, and I now know that 18-year-olds really are not adults regardless of what the legal age says. You're definitely old enough to decide if you want to have sex or not. I mean, and her father is taking that away from her. I just couldn't imagine living my life in sexual frustration and fear because my father doesn't want me to have sex but would let my brother, who is 14, 15 years old, go out and have sex with grown women. And then that same father who tells her not to do it fucking praises his son. It's insane. The amount of control people think they have over our bodies just because we were born with a vagina. In some cases, it's definitely just shit being a woman. Not that it's not shit being a man. I'm sure there are some horrible things that comes with being a man, but I've never experienced that, so I'm not going to speak on it. I've been rambling for almost 30 minutes, and I hope I got my point across. But if not, and if you're still watching, point is, regardless of what genitalia you're born with and regardless of you being sexually active or not, you are still a human being and you deserve your privacy and your respect and your human rights. And body autonomy is one of those. And just because you're under the age of 18 doesn't mean your parents get to dictate your life for you. And if there are anybody under the age of 18 out there watching this video right now, feeling like there's nothing for them to do because their parents or parent or guardian is really controlling and abusive and you feel like there's nothing for you to do, please understand that just because you are a child and you're not legally considered an adult, that doesn't mean your parents can do whatever they want to you and treat you however they want and subject you to whatever they want. Parents don't have overall 100% rights to your body because it's not their body, it's yours. I don't care how old you are. Like, if you're gonna put yourself in danger, that's a different story. But if you know what you're doing, or if you're at least being safe about what you're doing, like, they don't get to decide if it's okay for you or not. You do. Just don't put yourself in harm's way and make sure you are educated about the things that you're going to do first. And if you're not harming anybody else, then fuck it. Don't worry about what your parents think or your guardians or anybody else for that fucking matter. Have sex with whoever you want. Have sex as often as you want. As long as you're getting checked and you're safe and it's consensual from both parties or however many parties are involved, then fuck it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Go out and fuck people if you want. Be safe about it and be consensual. You don't have to tell your parents shit. Okay? Okay. Thank you for watching my story, my rambling and my ranting, and I hope it was cohesive. I stopped drinking my coffee. Let's see if it's still warm. It's bearable. If you like these kind of sit with me and chat videos, please let me know. I will gladly record more videos like this because it's so fun to just talk. I love just talking. Give me more reasons to talk. Give me topics to talk about, and I got you. I got you, okay? I got a couple videos, hopefully coming soon. I want to record a video of my wish haul, including this earring and some other earrings and some shirts that I got, but I'm still waiting for my orders, so that it might be a month, maybe 2 months. I don't know how long it's going to take. We'll wait and see. I also have an ASMR video I'm hopefully going to be posting soon, and I don't know, maybe I'm going to talk about the Onision drama because I love getting involved in shit where my mouth doesn't need to be running. So I really hope this was cohesive and flowing because this is a topic that is like important to me as a woman who has sex. Wow. Ooh, I said it. I'm 21 years old and I have sex. I hope that makes you uncomfortable. I don't really care if it does or does not, but it's out there now. Okay, well, this is the end. Don't forget to drink a bunch of water, eat a bunch of food, be kind to yourself and others, and don't forget that I love you the very most. Have a good day.